Okay, I just wanted to go back over this example. Student asked for a quick video of it, so hopefully this helps in case you missed any information in the Zoom. So we've got this equation here, and it says A equals 450 minus 20t. And in the graph, we see that we have amount in the tank, gallons, and t, time, and minutes on the x-axis. So we've got our x and our y, but in this case it's going to end up being t, a. Alright, so it says this describes the relationship between gallons of water in a tank and the time in minutes. So we want to figure out what's happening. Where do you see 450? Where do you see negative 20? Well, right off the bat, I don't see any negative numbers on these axes, so I've really got to figure out what that negative 20 is. I do see 450, so let's talk about that. So here's 450. This is actually the y-intercept. But I want to interpret what it means. So if I write that as an ordered pair, 0 on the x-axis, 450 on the y. If it's the y-intercept, it's got a y value there. That means for 0 minutes, there was 450 gallons in the tank. So if you're at 0 minutes, that means this is your starting time, your starting amount. So your tank's starting amount is 450 gallons. And then we notice that 450 is also right here. It's the constant. It's not attached to a variable. It's the constant. Well, your constant in a linear equation, when it's in this form, will always be your y-intercept. So it will always refer to some sort of starting amount. Alright? Now, let's look at negative 20t. So negative 20 is the coefficient on the input variable. Well, that's always what slope is. So where do we see negative 20? Well, this is a decreasing line. It's going down left to right. So my slope, or m, is negative 20. So what does that mean? Well, if we started out with 450 gallons, clearly the amount in the tank is going down, decreasing. So the water, in the tank is decreasing, aka negative, decreasing by 20 something. Well, remember, slope is change in y over change in x. So what's changing on the y? Gallons. What's changing on the x-axis? Time. So this would be gallons over minutes. That means the water in the tank is decreasing by 20 gallons every minute. So here I have a rate of change. That is a rate of change. And it's really important to know that rate of change is what slope is. Those are the same thing. And so when you're writing an explanation for slope, you want to reference a rate. So many feet per mile, so many gallons per minute, and describe. So that decreasing refers to the negative. It's losing water, specifically it's losing water, 20 gallons per minute. And that's your slope and rate of change. So now noticing that this is the slope here and this is the y-intercept here, and talking about what they look like on the graph and in the equation.